after 3 times and collects dust. It's the fucking...
During the COVID, everybody was fucking John Claude Keely. Everybody was riding their bike everywhere. I go right in the shop, right? I do this. Once the COVID ended, everybody's bike. That's what happened to the other people. The one that you bought. What's the bike you ride at home?
Oh, the
Peloton.
Peloton.
They sold 2 million of them during the pandemic. Now, they're like, nobody wants a Peloton. Everybody's got them at a yard sale.
Oh, yeah.
Go to a yard sale. Give me the small 20. Take it, because it's just a coat hanger.
Now it's like Rent-A-Center. They do it for like $20 a month. They don't buy you can't like they were like $2,000. I remember those bikes.
Yeah.
They were expensive.
Fuck that.
And I remember I took a bike riding, and I went and got my tooth done, and fucking, she gave me Vicodin.
Oof.
And I got up that morning, my tooth was hurting. I can't see without my glasses. So all the pills were together. So I thought she gave me the amoxicillin and the whatever.
The antibiotic.
I thought it was the amoxicillin. It was the Vicodin. I popped one of those. I get on the bike like Johnny Bar. It's 8 in the morning. I'm out there on fucking, not Magnolia. Was it Magnolia Lee? The big street where the diner was, a restaurant was. That's Magnolia.
Yeah.
It was no. Yeah. Where Marie T was.
Yeah, it wasn't Magnolia, but Colfax.
Colfax.
Yeah.
I'm on Colfax. I'm having a great time. I'm in the HOV lane, you know, that little bike lane they got. I'm sticking to my P's and Q's. I wouldn't ride behind anybody because they're breathing and the shit's spitting, and you're back there, sucking COVID, all his germs. So if there was somebody on a bike in front of me, I would cross the street and go opposite, you right? So I'm driving the fucking bike, and all of a sudden, I'm starting to feel fucked up. I'm starting to sweat profusely. I'm fucking sweating up a storm. I've only been riding a bike for 15 fucking minutes. What's going on? I mean, it's coming out of me. And all of a sudden, I can see I'm not even riding the bike between the lines. I'm going outside the lines and shit. I'm not even in the line. And then I went to get on the sidewalk, and I fell.
Oh, shit.
And I'm like, that's no good. I'm taking this fucking jet back to the house. And I went back to the house, and I'm there, ready to make the turn, and I fucking fell.
Wait, you got it back on the bike?
Yeah, I didn't fall the first time. I was just high.
Oh, I thought you
I'm
fell.
not walking from Coldwater and fucking Colfax back to my house.
Call an Uber. If you fell, I thought you fell the first time. Okay.
Fuck that. You ride that bike back. You know what I'm saying? Like a soldier.
You left with it, you got to bring it back.
Yeah, you got to bring it back. I fucking hit the thing. I'm right to make a turn. And right away, boom, 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 boom. I just fucking went down, dog. And some guy was looking at me, and I'm shaking my head. He's shaking his head. I'm like, it's not good. Then I got the bike up again. I got on it again. 20 feet later, I fall down again. I'm like, oh, fuck.
Oh, shit.
This time I landed on my chest. I thought the fucking thing was broken. I went in the shit we do when we're by ourselves.
Oh, yeah.
Like, you don't need a camera for this shit. You know what I'm saying? This is for your entertainment. And I hear this commotion. Hey, stop here. And some guy again. Oh. I'm like, fuck. I take my earphones off. Hold on. I could tell something's going on in my room. They bring him in. And he's like, lady, before you put me in the bed, I have to go number 2 again. The guy's like fucking 80. And they had to flip him over and shit and the whole thing. Then he shit again. He shit 3 times in the wheelchair before he even got on the bed. Right now I'm sitting there going, I need this.
I was going to say, I'm surprised you're not packing your bag.
I just popped some edibles. Everything was beautiful. It's like now you see the correlation between the stripper. Now everything was beautiful. I had a flow going, and that's it. That's it. And now this guy, so they finally put him in bed. He don't touch the bed. He shits it again. It's 9:30, and now it smells like fucking Exit 11 in my room, and I'm in the corner. So you got nowhere to go. This ass is coming at me. So I got like a cape on, like a little fucking.
Wait, is all you had that little like curtain between you?
The curtain between
That's all you had for the smell?
That's it.
Oh,
so
no.
I got the cape they put on you with the ass out. I never put those on. I get sweats and sneakers in that motherfucker. I ain't got time for no cape with my asshole out. So I put that on around my head like a Turkish dude, like just so I wouldn't smell the shit.
Wait, you put the hospital gown around your head?
Fuck yeah, and left the eyes out like fucking, you know me, like Alibaba in the 40 Thieves. I don't give a fuck, Jack.
Why is there no picture of this?
Because I wasn't going to take a selfie. It looked like Alibaba. And next thing you know, people think I joined ISIS. And that's a whole fucking... So it's about 11:30. I get out of the room. I had a pastrami sandwich, so I fucking went out in the hallway and ate it. I didn't want to smell that shit all night. I come back about 11:30, 11:45. He's kind of like, oh. Right. I laid down. And all of a sudden, because in the hospital, it's like on a drive up here today. I'm home all day. I'm home all day. When do the doctors call you? When you're in the car. They want information. Like, can I get the information? Listen, I'm on Route 3 with sunglasses on. You know what I'm saying? Cutting people off. I ain't got time to go in my wallet. I sat there all day waiting for you motherfuckers to call. And you call at 5 o'clock, you know, as usual. That whole system, they bother you when you least expect it. So I'm fucking sitting there, and I'm like, I'm too high to even go to sleep. So they start with their bullshit. Hi, Mr. Diaz. We're here to check your vitals. That's the oxygen and the blood pressure. Then they prick your fucking finger and get blood out of it for a sugar test. She comes in, and she's got the machine away from me, right? It's about midnight, maybe. So I can't see the numbers, but I see her go, and all of a sudden she's on a walkie-talkie, and a bunch of white people come in my room. I got like 3 white people, 2 black people, an African lady, a Filipino lady, and they're like, what could be going on? And they're like, are you okay? And I'm like, I'm okay. What's going on? They're like, your blood pressure's 190 over 100, and your oxygen level's at 88. How are you even standing? And I got up, and I'm like, I'm fine. I'm tip-top. And they're like, we don't know what's going on. We have to call the head surgeon. And I'm thinking, I know what's going on. I got 400 milligrams of me, bitch. That's what's going on. So now I know what it does to you. It raises your blood pressure and lowers your oxygen level, so we're good.
Oh, good. That's awesome. Did you tell them this at any point?
Fuck no. I'm going to let them guess. I'm going to let them call Mars. I've been everywhere.
Edibles. Dude, I found a bottle of the old ABXs at my mom's house. I feel like they get stronger if you just leave them around.
They do get... You know my brother in Jackson still has stars? And he's got them in his freezer.
Really?
And he still eats them from time to time. He goes, he gets fucked up. He says, I gave him like a bag of those big purple ones.
Right.
200s, he saved them.
And you never save anything. You don't have like any like a safe anywhere with like your favorite of anything.
I try.
What do you mean you try?
You try, you know. I got a bag of weed that's really good.
Right.
I'll split it in half and I'll put it away. And I'll go to the weed store next day and get another bag of it. But I always have that put away. What happens is, after I smoke that other eighth, when I go back to this,
right,
I'm done. Like 2 weeks later, my tolerance goes up.
Right.
So that eighth I put away is fucking null and void because I already smoked 4 grams of it.
Right. But can't you save it for like 6 months and then break it out? No.
In case of fire, you got to do what you got to do. You know what I'm saying? I ain't much of a saver. I started out as like a saver, like you try, but I did coke for 27 years. That shit never gets saved. I'm gonna save this for my wedding. Fuck you. We're doing that right. And I tried. I had friends that go, I buy a gram of coke and do a line, and I put the rest in the refrigerator. Yeah, okay. Good for you. That don't work for me.
No. Did you ever pick up a hitchhiker, Joey? Because you hitchhiked in Colorado. I remember that.
But I'm never going to pick. Unless you're a hot chick, I ain't stopping. You know what I'm saying? Let's be honest.
I'm not.
Are you going to stop for some guy that looks like Grizzly Adams? No. It could be 100 degrees. You're like, fuck this dude. Yeah. There's a chick out there with a white dress and a thong on. You see how fucking... And she could have 20 zits on her face. You're still pulling over. You know what I'm saying? You're still pulling over.
I gotta look. I'd have to look and then...
Dog, I had the weirdest experience. And Idaho. No, the other one, Nebraska. I was coming back from Michigan, and my fucking tire blows out. And I kept sitting on the side of the road, and a chick pulls up, and like a Toyota, fucking smoking, with a white dress on, fucking flip-flops, dirty chick. And she's like, get in, I'll give you a ride to town, all right. And she's like, you should come over. Blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, oh, shit. At that time, years earlier, HBO had a show called The Hitchhiker. And, you know, it would be a guy picking up a chick, and they would fucking suck, and he'd drop her off in Jersey. So I'm young. I'm 20. No, I'm not fucking young. I'm 30-something. And she's telling me all this shit, and I'm like, yeah, I'm getting fucking pussy. And next thing you know, she goes, yeah, if you're hungry, we go back to the house. We'll eat, and then we have prayers at 6. I live in a...
Got what?
Prayers. I live in a whatever, like
a commune. Yeah.
We say prayers. We're Catholic or Christian. I'm like, you could drop me off at the gas station. That was the end of that fantasy. He looked just like Phil Simms, the football coach, the quarterback. This guy, you love him because you disagree with him on something. What do you want to do, Joey? You know what? Fuck you. No, fuck you. How about I take my gun off and we go 3 minutes?
Right.
Dog, right on Kennedy Boulevard. He fight you 3 minutes. You're driving down. You're like, what the fuck is that? And then he take you into Nick's and buy you a slice of pizza, wipe the cut down, and tell you next time I'll fucking strangle you, and then I'll book you and I'll bust your fucking head next time. And you go, okay, that's more.
What?
That gives a person more than anything.
Yeah.
You think about that cop. For people watching, they're going, what type of cop was that? Oh, my God. He gave me a beating. I turned out okay.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, the world's fucked up today.
What did you get a beating for?
Because we were torturing him one night. We were high. We kept calling him Phil Sims. He hit me with the stick in the back. Well, he hated when you called him Phil Sims.
Back in the day, though, didn't
Yeah, you fuck around, you try a fruit, or you buy like an apple. But after a while, you're like, this shit ain't going to stick. And, man, some nights I can't stop myself. No. Like, it just goes in your mouth constantly. Some nights I'm putting 3 different things. Like last night I woke up at 3 in the morning. I went upstairs, I drank some iced tea, and I opened up the cabinet. There's fucking yodels. And I just did like 3 bong hits. Who fucking puts yodels in the refrigerator? So I ate 2 of them that were disgusting.
But wait, you woke up at 3 a.m. and then had bong hits?
I just woke up the last 2 nights in the middle of the night. Just woke up in the middle of the night. I'm walking around. What am I going to do? Last night I woke up because I was thirsty as a motherfucker. So I drank like 2 big glasses of ice. Water with ice. And I said, what am I going to do? I didn't want to put the TV on. So I went downstairs. I pulled out a book about fucking, Louis Tiant. I was reading
I
about
love Louis Tiant. Fuck yeah.
About Louis Tiant last night, a Bob Lalinga special. If it wasn't for Bob Lalinga, I wouldn't have interesting books. And I read that like 2, when he came from Cuba, and he tried out for Cincinnati, and then they put him on the farm team. And then after, when you read at night, for people who have insomnia, just get a book. Just get a book, something that interests you, something that makes you want to go home and read it. And when you get home, find the corner spot or something like that, roll a number, and get into the book. And you'll be asleep in 20 minutes.
Even if it's a good book, you'll be asleep?
Yeah. Well, if it's a good book, then you can't put it down. You're going to sleep at some point in the night because your eyes are going to get tired.
Okay.
So I always try to read something. But when I was living in L.A., I read a book a week.
You did read a lot.
All the time because you're on a fucking plane. Have you been on a plane lately? There ain't much to do.
Most people watch, maybe I should stop watching like the movies and shit.
Fucking, every once in a while they have a good movie. Besides that, you rot. Sometimes you get on the plane, there's no fucking internet. A book is always there for you. And I'm not talking about a Kindle, like a real fucking book. You know? Like that you feel it. I like all that shit.
They used to have it. I remember going to the airport and being excited about getting magazines. I haven't bought a magazine in 20 years. I used to love buying magazines.
What kind of magazines would you buy?
Sports Illustrated. That was a good one. There was like a Gamer One, Game Pro, I think was the name of it, which I'm sure you read a lot of.
Sure. Game Pro.
They have news about video games.
It's about video games.
You never like to know about the new PlayStation games that are coming out?
No, not really. I did do one thing that was pretty good the other day. I threw out the shit in my drawers. Man, when was the last time you looked in your drawers? I found shit in those drawers. I threw out 2 big garbage bags, notebooks, podcast schedules from 2015.
Why did you move with that stuff?
You always, you want to save it for tax purposes. I don't fucking know. If somebody says, was George on your podcast September 14th of 2015? Yeah, it's in my book right there. He wasn't
also video evidence.
He wasn't fucking helping illegals to cross the border. He was on my podcast.
Not that day, at least.
So I threw all that shit out. I had so much junk in this one drawer. Knives. I had 10 knives in the one drawer. I kept the 007.
Right.
And I kept the Rambo one, but everything else went in the garbage. I gave away the vaporizer that the company sent me to a fucking hippie around the corner. He was very happy.
You just accumulate all this shit. Like I don't think I have any knives at my house. How do you have so many knives?
Because for a while there, people were just sending me fucking knives, okay?